Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the NFL landscape, you know the NFC North is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing divisions in the league. And right now, there's a storm brewing, a rumor that could reshape the future of the Chicago Bears' defense, and possibly their entire franchise trajectory. It's all centered around the potential trade of Roquan Smith, one of the league's most dynamic linebackers, from the Baltimore Ravens back to the Bears. That's right, the same Roquan Smith who's been making waves in Baltimore after leaving Chicago a few seasons back. The buzz is, the Ravens might be interested in shipping him out, and the Bears could be the prime beneficiaries. Sources close to the situation, including insights from SI.com and veteran NFL analyst Breer, suggest that Baltimore is quietly exploring options due to some salary cap constraints and a desire to rebuild their defense after a 10-7 season in 2025. The Ravens are sitting roughly $10 million over the cap, and with a slight rebuild on the horizon, they're looking to shed some salary. Roquan, who's been a cornerstone of Baltimore's defense, is reportedly available for a third-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. That's a pretty reasonable price for a player of his caliber, especially considering the Ravens are also trying to free up cap space to extend Lamar Jackson and keep their core intact. But why would the Bears be interested? Well, if you look at the current state of Chicago's defense, it's clear they're building something special. They've made recent upgrades, and adding Roquan back into that mix could be a game changer. The Bears have been focusing on shoring up their middle linebacker position, and Roquan's return would give them an elite presence in the heart of their defense. His impact on the field is undeniable. Last season, he put up 148 tackles, 7 interceptions, and earned a stellar 91. 2 PFF grade with coverage skills that are among the best in the league, 93. 0 to be exact, which led all linebackers in the NFL. His ability to read plays, make tackles, and even drop back into coverage makes him a complete linebacker, someone who can truly elevate the entire defense. And speaking of coverage, Roquan's prowess is well documented. His 47% allowed completion rate and 16 passes defended showcase a linebacker with exceptional man coverage skills, something that's become increasingly valuable in today's NFL, where offenses are all about quick passes and short yard gains. The Bears' defense, which has historically struggled against the pass, could see a significant boost with Roquan back in the fold. His versatility allows him to reduce YAC, yards after catch, by 24%, and his ability to drop into coverage and defend passes effectively is a huge plus for Chicago. If he's added to the lineup, expect the Bears to tighten up against short passes, which have been a thorn in their side this season. But it's not just about the individual talent. This move could have a ripple effect across the NFC North. The Bears, with Roquan leading the middle, could become a much tougher team to beat, especially against division rivals like the Minnesota Vikings and Green Bay Packers. The Vikings, in particular, have been vulnerable against the pass, allowing nearly 6 yards per reception to running backs and receivers. Roquan's presence could help Chicago neutralize those threats, making life much harder for their division opponents. Combined with the growth of other young stars on the roster, Chicago could be on the cusp of a defensive renaissance. Now, let's talk cap space, because that's a crucial factor in this potential trade. The Bears currently have a positive cap situation of around $5 million, which means they have some flexibility to add high-impact players without sacrificing too much. Bringing Roquan back, especially on a contract that fits within their financial plans, could be a strategic move to reinforce their defense without overextending. And with the NFL's evolving salary cap landscape, Chicago has been smart about managing their resources, making a deal for Roquan not only feasible but potentially transformative. Looking at the bigger picture, this trade could also be a statement. The Bears are clearly committed to building a top-tier defense, and acquiring a player of Roquan's caliber signals their intent to compete now. His addition would elevate the entire unit, allowing them to scheme more aggressively and take the pressure off their secondary. It also sends a strong message to the rest of the league that Chicago is serious about contending, especially in a division that's ripe for the taking. The Packers are still trying to find their rhythm, and the Vikings have shown inconsistency at times. The Bears, with a bolstered defense, could emerge as legitimate contenders in 2026. And speaking of impact, let's not forget how Roquan's presence could influence the team's overall success in terms of playoff positioning and Super Bowl aspirations. Last season, the Bears finished with a 9-8 record, narrowly missing the playoffs. Improving their defense, particularly in pass coverage, could be the missing piece that pushes them over the edge. His ability to force turnovers, create pressure, and control the run game makes him a true game changer. Plus, adding a player of his caliber often energizes the entire locker room, fostering a winning mentality that can carry through the postseason. Now, some skeptics might argue that at 28 years old, Roquan is nearing the tail end of his prime. But the data suggests otherwise. His recent performance indicates he's still at the top of his game. His 2025 stats are reminiscent of some of the best linebackers in the league, and his consistency over his career, totaling over 900 tackles and 15 interceptions, demonstrates durability and elite production. In fact, his style of play has drawn comparisons to legendary players like Ray Lewis, especially considering how he's been able to orchestrate defenses with a high football IQ and instinctive playmaking ability. This potential trade also fits into the broader narrative of the Bears' rebuilding process. They've been strategic, focusing on young talent, cap flexibility, and adding proven veterans where it makes sense. Bringing Roquan back would be a major statement that they're serious about winning now, not just rebuilding for the future. It's about creating a defense that can dominate and carry the team through the toughest parts of the schedule. And with the NFL becoming more pass-heavy every year, having a linebacker like Roquan, who excels in coverage and run defense, is an invaluable asset. Now, if this trade goes through, it could have a major impact on the Bears' odds of winning a Super Bowl. Right now, Chicago's odds are around plus 6,000, but with Roquan in the fold, those odds could improve significantly, possibly to around plus 1,900. His coverage skills, especially against screens and quick passes, could be the difference in playoff games, allowing the Bears to shut down some of the league's most potent offenses. His ability to demolish screens, allowing only about 6-1 yards per reception, could be a nightmare for offenses trying to get quick completions. This kind of defensive prowess is exactly what Chicago needs to take that next step towards Super Bowl contention. In terms of overall team impact, adding Roquan Smith would not just be a strategic move, it would be a statement of intent. The Bears have a formidable front seven, but bolstering the middle linebacker spot with a player of Roquan's talent can elevate the entire defense into elite status. His presence would help reduce the points allowed per game, improve third down stops, and generate more turnovers, key ingredients in winning playoff games and making deep postseason runs. The Bears are known for their gritty, physical style, and Roquan embodies that mentality perfectly. His instincts, leadership, and game-changing plays could be the catalyst that transforms Chicago into a true defensive powerhouse. Looking ahead, this move could also influence the team's draft strategy. With Roquan back, the Bears might prioritize bolstering their offensive line or secondary in the upcoming draft, knowing they have a leader in the middle who can anchor their defense for years to come. It's all about building a balanced, tough, and smart team capable of competing with the best. The NFC North is no longer a one-horse race with the Packers, and the Vikings will need to be at their best to compete with a Bears defense that's now arguably better equipped to handle the league's offensive threats. And let's not forget the emotional and locker room boost that comes with such a high-profile addition. Roquan, who's been a leader and a fan favorite in Chicago, returning to the Bears would energize the fan base and the locker room alike. It's a move that signals that the Bears are serious about competing, about winning, and about reclaiming their place among the league's elite. The fan excitement would reach new heights, and the team's confidence on the field would undoubtedly grow. In conclusion, this potential trade for Roquan Smith from the Ravens to the Bears could be one of the most pivotal moves in the NFL offseason. It's a strategic, financially sound, and football-wise smart move that could reshape the Bears' defense, elevate their playoff chances, and ignite their Super Bowl aspirations. Whether or not it materializes, the mere possibility has the entire NFL talking, and for Chicago fans, it's a reason to be more optimistic than ever. The Bears are on the verge of something big, and Roquan Smith's return might just be the final piece of the puzzle. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to US and TO, the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news.